and number 2 seed Bryant and Stratton. Fans partners here, we want to recognize two athletes from each team that were selected to be all-region. A first team all-region selection, Bryant and Stratton. Rakaya. And first team all-region selection, Bryant and Stratton. With that, stand.
From Cape Fear Community College in Wilmington, North Carolina, the Region 10 women's basketball quarterfinals roll on, and the defending champs are in the house. It's the 2 seed and 19th ranked Bryant and Stratton Bobcats at 24-4, 19-1 in the region, taking on the 10 seed Guilford Tech, the Titans at 4-17 and 3-16 in the region. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. We filled out one half of the semifinal bracket. The top seed Cape Fear and number 4 seed Southwest Virginia both advancing, and now it's Bryant and Stratton and Guilford Tech. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for Erica Handy and Guilford Tech, winning in the opening round against Wake Tech 65-49. It's everybody they got. That's number 3, Precious Harris. Number 4 is Autumn Clark. Number 14, Zoe Davis. Number 15 is Tovia Rooks. And number 25 is Jocelyn Thompson. And now for Cornell Parker, the Region 10 Coach of the Year, and Bryant and Stratton today. It is number 2, Janiyah Pickett. Number 3 is Liv Bodenheimer. Number 4 is Rakyla Jones. Number 5, Yvette Sandifer. And number 20 is Haley Harris. Guilford Tech winning, as I mentioned, over Wake Tech in the opening round by 16 points. They had to do that over a 2-day span. The power went out right as the third quarter started on Wednesday, so they had to go back to Wake Tech the next day and continue and conclude that game, which they ended up winning by 16. This is a Titans team that started the season 1-16, but they've won 3 of its last 5. And for Bryant and Stratton, just 1 loss in the region to Cape Fear, and that was all the way back in November. The other 3 losses to nationally ranked programs, CBCC Exis, who is currently number 3rd, Union, who is currently number 6, and Palm Beach State, 24th ranked. So the Bobcats are the reigning Region 10 champs, but it's Guilford Tech controlling the opening tip as we're underway here in our third quarter final. Clark gets it to Harris in the corner. Harris looking down low to Davis, 13 all-region, and she scores the game's first bucket. Zoe Davis, 13.4 points per ball game. Gets Guilford Tech on the board here early. Bodenheimer over on the far side of your screen. It's down to Sandifer. Pass is tipped and taken away by the Titans. So Guilford Tech with a nice start here. Again, they have no subs, so they have to be really careful when it comes to fouls and all of those things. Use their timeouts wisely, keep everybody fresh. Thompson looking down low. That pass deflected by Pickett. Pickett throws it ahead, and the layup is good for Sandifer. That was Jones, my apologies. So Jones with the bucket, and we are tied at 2 apiece. On the near side, it's Harris. Again, looking in. Defender fell down. Thompson went too slow, but still able to bank it. How about the start for Guilford Tech? They lead at 4-2 On the near side, it's Harris. Harris gets it back. The three off the back rim. Tip for the rebound, and it's out of bounds off Guilford. So Pickett had position there, and might be an issue with the clock. It's at 18 right now, the shot clock, and they'll reset it to 20 as Sandifer will inbound it here for the Bobcats. Bobcats get it down low, and Jones looking for her second basket, can't score this time. Rebound by Thompson. Defender went for the steal. That leaves Harris alone. The midi off the glass, in and out. Rebound controlled by Sandifer. Sandifer across midcourt with it. Sandifer goes left of the lane, and she lost it out of bounds. So they say it's off the Titans. I thought it went off her. I thought it was initially off the Titans and then deflected, but apparently they say not. So Sandifer to inbound it here. It's it in. Liv Bodenheimer for three. Too strong. Offensive rebound. Harris put back no. And the Bobcats are cold at the start. It's Thompson with another rebound. Clark will bring it into the forecourt for Guilford Tech. Thompson out deep with it. 14 on the shot clock. Backing down is Rooks, and it's taken away. Might have been a credit for a block. Throw ahead goes to Bodenheimer. Liv too strong off the glass. They look down low. Nice deflection there by Harris, but she runs out of real estate on the baseline. They were looking in for Zoe Davis. Davis 11th in Region 10 in field goal percentage, 12th in rebounds per game, 14th in points per game. Leading scorer on the team at 13 points per game. Precious Harris at 10.8 is behind her. Speaking of Harris, she's got the basketball in the lane. The scoop, tough angle shot. Offensive rebound, Thompson been putting in the work. Couldn't get the bucket. Harris has the rebound for Bryant and Stratton now. And we have our first foul of the game on Guilford Tech. These two teams played back-to-back, January 26th, February 1st. Bobcats won the first meeting 89-53 and the second 73-52. Titans had a combined 59 turnovers in that game. Bobcats shot 56% and 44% in the two meetings. Nice cut there by Bodenheimer, and she got fouled. Late whistle will send Liv to the free throw line. Bobcats were also plus 10 and plus 22 in rebounds in those first two meets. So far, at least in the first 3 minutes and change of this one, it's been the Titans who have had the rebounding edge. And a cold start for the Bobcats as Bodenheimer scores. 71% free throw shooter. And she gets 1 out of 2. The trap is on. This Bryant and Stratton team, 16.5 steals per game. Much like Cape Fear, we are going to get a foul here. I believe it's going to be on Sandifer, so both teams with 2 team fouls in the early going. Bryant and Stratton, 16.5 steals per game, as I mentioned, is 7th best in the NJCAA. And they came into the tournament averaging 19.3 steals per game in February. So their defense has picked up even more. Another foul on Sandifer. So she's going to have to come out of the game, and that'll bring Wisdom Banks off the bench. So Sandifer departs. One of the leading scorers, in fact, tied for second leading scorer on the team, with Shakira Reddix leading the team at 14 points. We'll see her off the bench here later on. Harris got tied up and then lost it out of bounds. She was looking for a whistle of some sort. It's been kind of a ragged start to this one. We saw the same kind of start with Cape Fear in their first game, but that was at 10 a.m. You can understand that a little more. Driving in was Pickett. Swings it out. Bodenheimer for three. In and out. Offensive rebound, Jones. The putback is good. Bryant and Stratton retakes the lead. Jones has 4 of the 5. Ooh, Harris traveled with the basketball there. So turnover by Guilford Tech. They came in averaging 23.3 turnovers per game. And as I mentioned, Bryant and Stratton able to force combined 59 against them in the 2 regular season meetings. Near side Banks. Swung over to Pickett. Top of the key, this is Harris. Pickett splits the defense. Swings it out to Bodenheimer. Shot clock is at 12. Liv will fire a triple and airball it out of bounds. This is a team, Bryant and Stratton. They're third in D2 in field goal percentage at 46.3, but those numbers have been down. In February, 43.2 shooting. Harris on the baseline, and that's going to be team foul number 3 on the Bobcats. Bodenheimer will go out. Here comes Shakira Reddix. A double-double average on the year, 14 points, 10.6 rebounds per game for Reddix. Pickett went for the steal, then the ball poked away. Reddix quickly in the forecourt, 2-on-1. Banks back to her. Reddix draws the foul. So it wasn't a pretty fast break, but Shakira Reddix will go to the line. And both teams with 3 team fouls in a whistle-heavy first quarter. Reddix is tied for 18th in the NJCAA in rebounds per game. Has 134 offensive rebounds. Good at creating extra chance opportunities for her team. That's 7th best in the country. Misses the first free throw. And we'll try to salvage the trip here. So 6-4 now as Reddix gets 1 out of 2. We haven't seen a lot of the press. No trouble for Guilford Tech this time beating it as Clark draws contact. And both teams with 4 team fouls. Autumn Clark is just 41% at the free throw line this season. And more foul trouble means more subs as Cyan Lewin comes into the game now. The first free throw banked in by Clark, her first point. Chance to tie the game. So Clark gets 1 out of 2. Bryant and Stratton at the midway point of the opening quarter leads 6-5. It's Jones over to Pickett. Banks, Jones again. They go down to Reddix. Her turnaround flip shot is good. Reddix now with 3. Clark in the front court. Double teamed, got it to Rooks. And Rooks' pass looking for Clark was high. And that'll lead us to our first timeout. Third quarter final here at the Region 10 basketball tournament. And Bryant and Stratton, the 2 seed, leads Guilford Tech, the 10 seed. It's 8-5. 4:32 left to go here in the opening quarter. Bryant and Stratton leading Guilford Tech 8-5. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. Looks like predominantly Bobcats fans on the chat. Covey, the lone Titan supporter so far on the YouTube chat. Hi to Paul and Mike and Jessica, as well as the Region 10 reigning champs turn it over here. 8-5 start for Bryant and Stratton. Jones with 4, Reddicks with 3. 2 apiece for Davis and Thompson for Guilford Tech, as Harris had it poked from behind, and it looks like Bobcats touched it last. A lot of whistles here in the early going of this one. 7 combined fouls called as both teams approach the bonus. Davis to inbound it. Correction, Rooks to inbound it, looking for Davis. Instead, they were trying to get it to Thompson, who fell down. And I think we got a 3-second call. So Bobcats basketball, the leading team in scoring in Region 10. 75.6 points per game, right now just 8. Reddicks gets it out. It's Wisdom Banks for 2. Wisdom Banks, 49% shooter on the season, averaging 7 a game off the bench. Sandifer in some early foul trouble. What a defensive play there by Jones. Jones gets it ahead. Drives in, swings it out. The catch and shoot 3. Banks no good. Correction, that was not Banks. That was Lewin, I believe. So she'll inbound it. Last touch by Guilford. Extra chance opportunity for the Bobcats. It goes high to Jones. Banks stepped out of bounds. Turnover, gives the ball back to Guilford Tech, with Bryant and Stratton doubling them up. So it was Lewin who had that basket, not Banks. Near side, Harris. In the corner, it's Clark for 3. Way too strong. Rebound controlled by the Bobcats. Jones directing traffic. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Banks on the wing. Lewin top of the key. Goes left of the lane, back out to Banks, right back to Lewin. Reddicks in the corner, camped out, flip shot, no. Thompson's done a nice job on the glass here in this opening quarter for the Titans. Here's Clark. Clark had it poked away and then ran over an offensive player. Both teams with 14 fouls with 2:40 to go here in this opening quarter. Liv Bodenheimer will come into the game. Pickett goes out. Sandifer in foul trouble with 2 already, so she'll be out until at least the second quarter. Jones to Bodenheimer. They look for Reddicks. Her flip shot is no good, and Davis collects another board. Clark, Harris, the cutter is Thompson. Thompson backing down on Reddicks. Double team comes, shoots it over, and scores. She's got 4 of the 7 for Guilford. Wisdom Banks, high pass in the front court, able to corral. Now Jones will set it up. Bodenheimer in the corner. Here's Lewin. Banks. Jones in the corner with 10 to shoot, driving baseline, drawing contact, and we'll go to the free throw line. What did they call her for travel? I thought it was a foul called. Instead, it's a turnover. My apologies. So Titans get another stop. They're doubled up on the far side. Clark dribbles around it. Ball trickled away, and Reddicks comes up with the steal. This is an ugly basketball game right now. Defensively for Bryant and Stratton, that's where they want to be. They don't want to be that way offensively, though. Stuck on 10 points right now. Minute 17 to go in the quarter. Wisdom Banks on the near side. There's a high pass looking for Lewin. Saves it back to Banks. Now Jones thought about it. 4 to shoot. Lewin's got to create. She traveled with the basketball instead. And if you're Guilford Tech, you want to be as much in the muck for as many of these 40 minutes as possible. Inside a minute to go, they're within 3. Here's Clark on the near side. Davis back to Rooks. Tovia couldn't bank it. Offensive rebound, Davis. Thompson not expecting the pass, but able to gather. And what do we got? Foul on the Bobcats on the floor, but it'll be their 5th team foul, so Guilford Tech is going to get 2 free throws, courtesy of Jocelyn Thompson. Played at Missouri Valley College. A lot of transfers for Erica Handy. 63% free throw shooter on the season, Thompson. Come on, huddle camera. We want to see the hoop. So Thompson now with 5. First free throw was good. I said it before. Like, why did they not train these huddle cameras? You know, everything is AI now. Like, train the thing to follow the basketball and not just random people on the court. Oh, down low, Lewin all alone. Bryant and Stratton finds her, and she's got her second basket. Bobcats by 3 again. Last shot time here for the Titans. It's Harris on the far side. They're running at her with 6 seconds. Was that poked? Harris is not touching it. And with .9, it's going to be a backcourt violation, and Bobcats, well, they'll have time for a catch and shoot here. Officials might be talking about maybe adding more time here. Winner of this game will play Cleveland or Fayetteville Tech. That's our final quarterfinal game after this game is completed. And that semifinal game will be tomorrow approximately 4 p.m. Again, we'll have the first semifinal at 2, and then 20 minutes after that one's over, we'll have our second semifinal. I'm not sure what is taking so long. There was no timeout. Like, teams should not be able to huddle like this is just an extended timeout. So something happened off screen. And whether it was a technical foul or an intentional foul, we don't know. But we do know that Kyla Jones is at the free throw line. So Jones stuck on 4 points. Gets 1 out of 2. And now Bobcats will have .9. And where are they inbounding? Because that's key here with .9. It looks like they're inbounding all the way in the backcourt. So it'll be hard to get a decent look here. Well, Banks is going to have a clean one. Might have been blocked. Comes up short. Bryant and Stratton leads it by 4, 13-9. In one of the longest first quarters you'll see in basketball history. We'll be back with the second here in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. That's me, Chris Shima. Glad to be back with you. And if you do follow those social medias, after the games, for all the games during this tournament, the winning team will post highlights. There were not many highlights in that first quarter either way. It was pretty ugly. Good ball movement here for the Bobcats, and then it's poked away by Thompson out of bounds. So getting some clarification on what exactly that was. The Guilford Tech coach, Coach Handy, got called for a tee. Apparently she picked the ball up before it went out of bounds. So that's the reason for that technical foul. We did not see that from our vantage point, but that's what happened. So 13-9, Bobcats with the turnover. They got the full court press going, and so far it hasn't been a problem. It is now, though. Jones with a pocket pick, and Jones is going to lay it up and in. Jones has been a bright spot in this game. She's got 7. Rooks. They're finding Thompson. Thompson has 6 points, and taking the charge was Pickett. Correction, Lewin with the charge. Jones with 7, Lewin with 4, Reddicks with 3, Bodenheimer 1. Thompson with 6 for Guilford, Davis with 2, 1 for Clark. Here's Reddicks. Backing down, swings it out, Banks for 3, got it to go. Bobcats are cooking now, it's 18-9. Clark in the front court, being double teamed, finds Rooks. Harris, defender went for the steal and then was looking to go back for Rooks, and Rooks was not expecting it. Pickett back in the game for Cornell Parker, Region 10 Coach of the Year. I got to give a shout out to Coach Parker because his team, like I was prepared for Bryant and Stratton. You know, it's not easy getting ready for 8 teams. Coach Parker had his stats all in the books. Everything was wrapped up last weekend. Making my life easy. Shout out to you, Coach Parker. Here's a catch and shoot by Lewin. Couldn't get the 3 to go. Pickett was trying to chase it down, but it's Rooks in the corner with the... Guilford Tech got to find something on this end of the floor here. Clark over to Harris. Clark looking for Thompson, and Thompson is fouled. Both teams with the team foul here in the first couple of minutes. It was a foul-heavy first quarter. Inbound goes to Harris. Harris scoreless so far, and it's taken away. It's Wisdom Banks, coast to coast, turning on the Jets and missed the layup. Back in transition, here is Harris. Cut off, extra pass. Clark, jumper no. Rebound Pickett. Pickett throws it ahead, Banks. Bodenheimer is open for 3. It was on target, just a little bit short. And Davis is going to go to the free throw line, Zoe Davis. Second team foul on the Bobcats. Harris checks back in. Bodenheimer will depart. And the first free throw is no good. So Davis 1 out of 2. She's up to 3 points. 18-10 Bobcats. Wisdom Banks out deep with it. Reddicks top of the key. And now Harris on the near side. Lewin being aggressive offensively, got another basket. She's up to 6 points. Bryant and Stratton is doubling up the Titans, 20-10. Clark on the near side. Thompson top of the key. Gets it back. Entry pass deflected by Reddick. She's got a steal. Reddick is going coast to coast. She'll lay it up. Too strong. Rebound Thompson. Near side Harris. Davis top of the key. Davis, they try to get it to her down low. It's another steal. Banks throws it ahead. Pickett out on the run for 2. Defense to offense for Bryant and Stratton. 6 minutes to go in the half. Bobcats by 12. We got a timeout for Guilford Tech. They got to figure things out. The turnovers are starting to pile up for the Titans, and it's all Bobcats here in quarter number 2.
As a Cape Fear grad, you have options. Maybe too many options. Are you ready? Get started at Cape Fear today.
And the Grammy goes to Pecados y Milagros by Lila Downs.
Thank you so much, Mama, for feeding me through my belly button the wisdom and the strength to love through music. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Viva México.
Four minutes into the second quarter, and it's all Bobcats. 9-1 run here at the start of the second for the Region 10 reigning champions. Trying to book themselves a trip back to the semifinals tomorrow at approximately 4 p.m. Reddick's with her second steal in the last minute or so. They throw it ahead to Jones. Jones with the easy 2. Jones up to 9 points now. All Bobcats. Guilford Tech has been shooting the ball well. They shot a season best 51% in the month of February. They can't take care of the basketball, which just maximizes when they do miss shots like that last one. Ball trickles out to Harris. Extra pass to Pickett. Pickett hangs, scores, and the foul. Pickett will try to complete an old school three-point play. Get up to 5 points here in the ballgame. Pickett on the season, 49% from the charity stripe. 27-10, Bobcats. It was 13-9 at the end of the first quarter. And that's going to be off Bryant and Stratton. This Bobcat team reaching the NJCAA National Tournament a season ago for the first time in program history. And we got another whistle on the Bobcats. I talked about it last year. I've seen this program years and years ago when they were first getting started, and the progression, especially under Cornell Parker. So Harris departs, and Banks comes back in. Another deflection. Clark over to Rooks, trying to get on the board, off on the 3, rebound by Reddix. Still just 1 point in the quarter on a free throw for the Titans as Clark tips it out of bounds. So they get it into Pickett. Jones has a game-high 9 points. Lewin with 6, Pickett with 5. Jones has the basketball. Back to Pickett on the right wing. Cutter is Banks. Extra pass. Reddix is mugged. That is the unselfish play for the Bobcats. They came in averaging just a tick under 22 assists per game. They are second in D2 in the NJCAA in assists per game. In January, they averaged 25 a game. And this Bobcats team has played some stiff competition. As I mentioned, those 4 losses, all to nationally ranked programs. One was against Cape Fear. Reddix missed them both, trying to follow her shot. Comes up with it on the ground. Swings it out. Banks for 3, no good. Reddix another rebound, but commits the foul this time. That'll be 4 on the Bobcats. So if you're looking for a bright spot, as the offensive struggles continue for the Titans, they can get to the bonus, keep attacking, get to the free throw line, try to make something happen. Rooks, handoff to Clark. Harris back to Clark. Clark flat-footed. They're going to count that and the foul. First field goal for Clark. And the first field goal of the quarter for the Titans. So Clark will try to complete an old-school three-point play. Autumn Clark, 41% at the line this season. Gets it to go. Another sub for Bryant and Stratton. Liv Bodenheimer checking back in for Cornell Parker. Lewin out deep. Takes it to the elbow, then Banks on the wing. Her pass deflected. And it trickles in the backcourt. Clark couldn't gather. What is the whistle for? Might be a clock issue. Did possession ever change? Because if it didn't, shot clock should be a little bit lower. And I think that's what the official had his eye on there. So they'll give him 18 on the shot clock. Banks over to Jones. Jones with 9 points. Zone for the Titans here. Pickett, Lewin. Jones with 3 on the shot clock. Got to create. Bodenheimer got to get it off. They were not aware. Nobody knew about the shot clock. Nice defense there by Guilford Tech. So Titans get the stop. Let's see if they can get another bucket here with Clark on the wing. Clark gets it back now. Harris up top with 12 to shoot. Harris scoreless first half so far. Harris with 7 on the shot clock. Gives it up. Rooks with 4. Now Thompson, and it's going to be another shot clock violation. They had no idea either. That's where, bench, somebody's got to help these teams, communicate. Hey, there's 4. Hey, there's 3. No communication. So Bobcats get the stop, trying to build on its 14-point lead. Lewin top of the key, over to Pickett on the right. Jones, what a rocket pass to Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer immediately doubled up, and then Pickett was out of bounds. 2:27 left to go until halftime. Clark front court, Harris right side. Thompson was doing the work early on. She's gotten quiet, draws contact on Lewin. So Thompson, who has 6 points of the 13, will go to the line as Bryant and Stratton has put Guilford in the bonus. Thompson, 63% free throw shooter on the season. So we'll have to settle for one here as the first one off the back iron. Seven now for Thompson. Bryant and Stratton's lead is 13. We were looking for Bodenheimer down low. As it deflected, it was. Last touch by Guilford Tech. And the Bobcats will have 14 on the shot clock here. Winner of this game will play the winner of our final game this afternoon between Fayetteville Tech and Cleveland Community College. And a travel there on Bodenheimer. And based on what we've seen here in the first 3 games, well, first 2.5, I should say, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that it's, I think a lot of people just automatically penciled in Cape Fear and Bryant and Stratton in the championship game. That Cleveland team is good, and Southwest Virginia, Cape Fear will play tomorrow as the Region 10 Player of the Year and is one of the best defensive teams in the country. We got a timeout called here as Guilford Tech was in some trouble. Minute 29 to go. We'll take a quickie, and we'll be right back. All right, we'll take another look at the all-region and all-academic teams at the half right now. Titans basketball, they have 7 on the shot clock. Harris, ball swung over. Open look for 3 is no good by Rooks. Offensive rebound, Thompson. So a Guilford Tech team that's near the bottom of Region 10 in just about every rebounding category. Turning the ball over here, out to Bodenheimer, who will lay it up and miss it. And then it's airmailed out of bounds. This has just not been a pretty basketball game. With 1:01 left to go until halftime, both of these teams are going to have quite a bit to talk about with those 15 minutes at the half. Banks into the forecourt. Sandifer's been out for Bryant and Stratton since the early going. She picked up 2 quick fouls, so Banks has been in for her most of the time. Pick it back to Banks. Extra pass, Bodenheimer for 3. No good. Rebound. Rooks had it poked away, but it's saved by the Titans. About a 8-9 second difference, game and shot clock here. Rooks on the near side. Harris in the corner. Shot clock is down to 10. Guilford Tech just 14 points in the half. It has been tough to come by offensively as the runner goes for Rooks. So Rooks' first field goal, 6 seconds to work with. For the Bobcats with 2, with 1. The ball tips. They will not get the shot off in time. So the reigning champs looking a bit vulnerable. They do have an 11-point lead after 20 minutes of play. It's Bryant and Stratton, 27. Guilford Tech, 16. We'll take the halftime break. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with all the second half action. Don't go too far.
When I was 4, my dad had a bad accident that resulted in him needing 24-hour care. Through helping my grandma clean his incision sites and bring him food and water and just keep him company, I found that I really have a passion for caring for others when they need it the most. I knew when I wanted to go back to nursing school that I wanted a program that had such a strong reputation, and I knew that was going to be Cape Fear. There is a shortage of healthcare workers, and a big hurdle I know I personally faced was funding. I want to get out there and I want to work and help, but it's hard when you feel like it's impossible with wondering how am I going to make ends meet, if I can really do this financially. I was made aware of the scholarships from the New Hanover Community Endowment at orientation, so I went home that day and applied for every single scholarship that I was eligible for. Having the generosity of the New Hanover Community Endowment really makes healthcare education accessible and allowed me to fully commit to going back to school. When you are states away from your family and you're supporting yourself, to then suddenly have this community supporting you, it means the world. I'm looking forward to getting to work at the hospital here and serve this community and being able to pay back what's been given to me. I owe so much to Cape Fear, and I owe so much to this endowment for helping me pursue what's been a lifelong dream of mine.
Welcome back to the Region 10 quarterfinals. Third of our 4 here for you today, and the 2 seed Bryant and Stratton with the double-digit lead against 10 seed Guilford Tech. It's 27-16. It'll be Titans basketball. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. Thompson with 7 for Guilford, 4 for Clark, 3 for Davis, and 2 for Rooks. For Bryant and Stratton, Jones has 9, 6 for Lewin, Pickett with 5. Reddix with 3, Banks also has 3, Bodenheimer with 1. It was not an offensive masterpiece by any stretch in that first half. And here is a steal and bucket for the Titans, who are now within 9. The Region 10 champs, Harris, that's her first bucket for the game. Defense to offense for the Titans, who are competing right now with the Region 10 champs. We saw this from Cape Fear in their first game. About midway through the third is when they got it going, as Liv Bodenheimer buries the triple. She's up to 4. That's her first field goal. The lead is 12. That's a high pass. Guilford's got to get it across quickly. They throw it full court, and they're not going to get it in time. So Bodenheimer would have had the steal, but it's a shot clock violation. Defense has been on point for the Bobcats. Pickett into the front court. Sandifer back in the game, scoreless in the first half. She had to leave after picking up 2 quick fouls. That's Sandifer, 12 points per game during the season. Hands it off to Harris, who rims in a triple of her own. Good start for the Bobcats. Back-to-back triples have them now up by 15 after Guilford Tech briefly cut it down to 9. Answering right back, the Titans. And it's Davis now with 5 for Guilford. Chris Shima, glad to be with you today from the home studio in Ohio, wherever you're watching from this week. We appreciate it. Be with you all week long, as Jones now in double figures with 11. Nice little backdoor cut. Running the baseline, lead back to 15. Titans break the press this time, but then a double team comes and a travel. Into the forecourt, Pickett. Cross court, another 3, not this time for Harris. Rebound by Thompson. Harris, second team all-region, 36% from 3 this season. Haley Harris from Virginia Beach. Bobcats in the Hampton Roads area. That shot was blocked, and the cleanup attempt by Davis comes up short, and then it's touched by the Bobcats last out of bounds, so Titans will get a third crack at it here. Guilford Tech beating Wake Tech in the opening round over a 2-day span, 65-49. The lone double-digit seed to advance. So far, no upsets in the quarterfinals. Rooks lost the handle, got tied up. Jump ball possession arrow will give it back to the Bobcats. So Bryant and Stratton starting to wake up a little bit. This team came in 32% from 3 on the season. Third best shooting team overall in Division II at 46%. That pass is tipped, and it was off Harris, out of bounds. Nice defense there by Guilford Tech to get the deflection. Harris between the circles. Here is Davis up top. Brooks on the right. Back to Harris. 14 on the shot clock. Rooks double teamed in the corner and stepped out of bounds. That hounding, trapping defense that Bryant and Stratton plays, similar to what Cape Fear did in their opening round game. just running bodies, forcing turnovers. Pickett on the near side. It's Jones in the corner. Bodenheimer from way outside. Too strong on the triple try. And the ball goes back to the Titans. Our final quarterfinal game will be 20 minutes after this one. And it's the 3-seed Cleveland, the Yetis, who are in the conversation already as a second-year program. Yetis taking on Fayetteville Tech as a scrum for the basketball, and got a foul called. It's on Bryant and Stratton. So a fresh 30 now for Guilford Tech. Titans don't have any subs available, so they've had to play it safe in the foul department. Can't afford going down the 4. Davis cut off at the free throw line, and it's taken away by Pickett. Pickett 2-on-2, her and Bodenheimer, so she'll back it out. Swing to Sandifer, and her first bucket is good. Sandifer again quiet due to foul trouble. Clark immediately double-teamed in the front court. Her pass is deflected by Pickett. And a collision. Who's the foul on? Why is there a foul at all? It's just two players going after the basketball. You got to allow some contact. Guilford, the guilty party, but it's a play on. Just because there's contact doesn't mean you have to blow your whistle. Jones is going to get a well-deserved rest as Wisdom Banks comes in with 3 points. Jones, I think, played the entire first half. I believe this is her first minutes on the bench. Banks tips it over to Pickett, rockets it down to Bodenheimer, couldn't get it to go. Second effort, no, and the rebound by Thompson for Guilford. Into the forecourt now, it's Clark. Bryant and Stratton enjoying its biggest lead now, 17 points. Davis splits a defense, couldn't score, and is fouled on the putback attempt. Zoe Davis, third team All-Region, will go to the free throw line. Reddix is going to come in for Liv Bodenheimer. Reddix with 3 points in the first half. Zoe Davis, 52% free throw shooter. And I think she got 1 out of 2. I don't know if we're ever going to see a free throw with this. Here is Pickett. Banks to Sandifer. Back to Wisdom Banks for 3. No good. Davis the rebound. Here comes Clark and the Titans. Catch and shoot 3 is an air ball. Rebound by Harris. Did a nice job staying in bounds on that baseline. Throw ahead to Banks. Banks back out. Harris for 3 again. No. Offensive rebound. Pickett. What a dime. Right to Reddix for 2. Bryant and Stratton by 18 now. Biggest lead for them. Rooks traveled with the basketball. And that'll lead us to a timeout. 4:12 to go here in the third quarter. It's all Bobcats as the 2 seed leading Guilford Tech 39-21. Welcome back, everybody. That's a QR code that you saw there on your screen. Karen is doing the photography. So if you want to purchase some pictures as a gift, maybe for one of the players or something like that, get them framed, you just scan that QR code, and you can do that. We'll have that up for you this whole week. Down low, they get it to Harris. Harris bucket and the foul. Nope, wave it off. I believe they called 3 seconds there. So camped out in the lane too long as Reddick's trying for her 3rd steal of the game. Got to get it across here if you're Guilford Tech, and they don't do it in time again. Just not clock aware today. Much like the first 2 meetings, Bobcats are just forcing way too many turnovers. You can't be competitive if you can't take care of the basketball. Near side, it's Sandifer. Wisdom Banks on the left wing. Lewin is back in. Swings it back out. Sandifer flat-footed, no. Lewin's got the offensive rebound. The Reddicks. Sandifer extra pass to Banks. Banks attacks and scores. Wisdom Banks with 5. 41-21. Bryant and Stratton's opened it up to a 20-point lead. Here's Davis over a double team. The defense has just been unbelievable for the Bobcats here today. Nobody picked up the ball. Bucket was no good. Rooks the rebound. Harris front court with it. This is a Guilford Tech team that started the year 1-16, won 3 of 5, including that opening round victory. Other wins against Brunswick, Catawba, and Lewisburg. Stepping left, it's Harris. No good on the triple try. Lewin, her put back, gets the friendly bounce. So Lewin now with 8. Bryant and Stratton leading by 22. Titans players look tired too. There's still 12 minutes to go in the game. They turn it over. There's no subs on the bench for Guilford Tech. They're rocking with the 5 they got. As Lewin goes out. And Jones is back in. Jones is the lone player in double figures for Bryant and Stratton. She has 11. Jones to Reddicks, right of the lane. Out to Banks on the wing. Minute 47 to go in the 3rd quarter. Sandifer and a bad pass there. Turnover, Bobcats. Bryant and Stratton's average margin of victory this year is 21.5 points per game. That's the average. That includes losses, by the way. I mentioned all 4 losses to nationally ranked teams, once to Cape Fear, to Essex in Baltimore County, as Lewin counted in the foul. She's got a chance for a 3-point play. Essex, last time I looked, they're 3rd in the country. Union, they lost to, 6th in the country. And then Palm Beach State, 24th in the country. Other than that, all W's for this Bobcats team. Will they be able to get back-to-back Region 10 titles? Lewin is out as Sandifer comes back into the game, and Lewin trying to complete the old-school 3-point play. Titans break the press. Here's Harris. Harris too far underneath the hoop. Banks throws it ahead. It's Pickett for 2. Bobcats running and gunning out to a 24-point lead. Pass tipped, taken away. Right back to work. The Bobcats, nobody's back. Yeah, these Titans are gassed. Just 5 points in the third quarter. Outscored 20-5, make it 22-5 as Pickett will lay it up and in. Pickett now with 9. And if you're Guilford, you really only have 2 timeouts left. They burned quite a few just to try to get their players some rest, but they'd be wise to just run some clock here, get the final shot. Bryant and Stratton has plenty of fouls to give. They use one there. So Harris looking to get it in. It is Thompson up top. Entry pass deflected. Here goes Lewin. Lewin on the reverse, missed it short. Ball tipped back to her. And that'll do it for a dominating third quarter. 22-5 third. And Bryant and Stratton is 10 minutes away from the semifinals. We'll be back with the final quarter here in just a moment.
Welcome to the future of education, where knowledge is not just acquired, but experienced, where students become makers, problem solvers, designers, and innovators as they develop the skills that will shape their future. Welcome to CFCC. Welcome to the modern classroom. Explore the limitless possibilities of learning. Shape your future. Learn more today at cfcc.edu.
Where's Napoleon? That gets a buck for bus.
Go!
Welcome back, everybody. We are 10 minutes away from Bryant and Stratton advancing here in this Region 10 women's basketball tournament. I'm Chris Sheeman, happy to be with you. Thanks for spending your afternoon with me. Third of 4 games for you here at Cape Fear Community College as the Sea Devils doing a nice job hosting both the men's and women's D2 tournaments this year. Lead is out to 30. Jones in transition lays it up and in. Jones now with 13. Bryant and Stratton has really opened this up. Guilford Tech got within 9 at one point, and then Bryant and Stratton just has clamped down since then. Reddick's doing a nice job playing defense without fouling there. Might have gotten a credit for a block in that sequence. But if you're Guilford Tech, undersized, bench-wise, depth-wise, physically as well. Oh, nobody playing defense there as Thompson goes right to the hoop. And a season that started about as bad as a season can start. You hang your hat on getting that opening round victory. Tough when you got to go on the road 2 different times. They're just not even trying to play defense now as Lewin gets right to the hoop. And we'll see what Erica Handy can do recruiting-wise to fill out the roster a little bit. A lot of transfers like Thompson, who missed that shot. Zoe Davis also played at Barton College. The layup is good in transition for Sandifer, her second basket. Down low, Davis had it poked away. Reddix throws it ahead. 3-on-1. Here's Jones with another 2. Jones now with 15. And again, just not a lot of defense being played right now. Cornell Parker going to call timeout. And he's probably with 3 games potentially. You're playing for the championship in 3 days. He might start emptying out his bench here. We'll see what they do. We'll step aside. We'll come right back here in just a second.
Domino's Perfect Combo includes 2 pizzas, 2 sides, and a 2-liter bottle of Coke. So we were asking real people how much they think all of this costs.
35, 45, 50.
$19.99. I'm about to order that when I get home. It's Domino's Perfect Combo, and it's all just $19.99.
Welcome back, everybody. 7:46 left to go. Looks like this might be a full timeout, so I'm going to go ahead and just take another quick timeout here. All right, back to live action, 7:42 to go. Yeah, I don't see a lot of changes. I thought Bryant and Stratton was calling that timeout maybe to empty the bench out a little bit, but everybody's still in the game. Davis gets to the hoop. Tough bucket, tough move there by Zoe Davis. Good season for her. Sophomore. Banks takes it far side. Jones has been feeling good here in the final quarter. Off on that 3. Rebound by Thompson. Again, they go down low to Davis, trying to get her into double figures, and they do. Davis now with 10. Nice cut there by Harris. Turnaround jumper, no. Again, they're feeding Davis. Davis fading away, can't get the jumper to go in the lane. Jones the board. Sandifer to Banks. Banks on the reverse, puts it up and in. Banks now with 7. Nearing 6 minutes to go in this one. Harris backs it out. 10 to shoot for the Titans. Harris directing traffic with 5 on the shot clock. Davis from the elbow. Turnaround J is no good. And Sandifer again pushing. Reddix high off the glass. That was a tough basket for Reddix. So don't forget, 20 minutes after this game is completed, we will have our final quarterfinal game as Thompson now is in double figures joining Davis. She actually leads the team with 11 now. Cleveland Yetis and Fayetteville Tech. 20 minutes or 4 o'clock, I think, is how they'll do it. Reddix backdoor cut, missed the bunny. Rebound by Rooks. Inside 5 to go in the game. Clark gets around the defense, and Bryant and Stratton content to, defensively, the gears are shifting a little bit. 3 games in 3 days. Yeah, they're all 18, 19, 20, but still. Reddix, the offensive rebound. Turnaround is no good, and then it's poked away. and then thrown right back to Thompson. So it'll be Titans basketball after all that. Harris on the wing. Harris right to the bucket. Harris now with 8. Sandifer. This is Harris for 3. Got another one. Her second triple. Harris now with 6. Miscommunication there. And another steal for Jones. Out to Banks. Banks lays it up and in. Banks now with 9. 68-33 Bobcats. 3:39 to go. And that's a take foul there by Banks to get a couple of subs in the game. Clark is just completely gassed for the Titans. And I think we're going to have a timeout here. So timeout with 3:39 left to go. Should be our final timeout of the game. We'll step aside and come right back. Titans basketball out of the timeout. 3:30 to go in their season. Clark goes to the bucket and scores. Clark now in double figures with 10. So Bodenheimer is back in, Lewin back in. Harris stays out there, Sandifer as well as Pickett. That's the 5 for the Bobcats. They haven't gone as deep into their bench as I thought they would down the stretch here. They might have some players out too. So this might be as deep as they can go. On the far side, it's Harris. They go back to Davis, and Davis banks it off the glass. This is a long day. I give a shout out for these officials. They are not blowing any whistles here in this final quarter, and we are all grateful to them for that. Bodenheimer out deep. So Bobcats back in the semifinals. They'll take on either Cleveland or Fayetteville Tech. If it's Cleveland, that should be an interesting game. That Yetis team is good. Nice little runner there. Sandifer now. Was that Sandifer? Yes. With 6. Cleveland did not beat Bryant and Stratton. Bryant and Stratton won the regular season. But the Yetis are formidable. And if it's Fayetteville Tech in an upset over Cleveland, Bryant and Stratton won easily twice over Fayetteville Tech. 2 and 4 p.m. tomorrow for the semifinals. Precious Harris at the free throw line. 65% this season. Tough game for her, just the one basket. It's the first free throw to go. So 4 points now for Harris. Minute 33 to go. Bryant and Stratton going to win game number 25 this season. Good ball movement there, finding Harris. So Harris now with 8. And Davis is fouled with a minute 7 left to go. So it looks like the way this thing's wrapping up, we're going to be right on time for a 4 p.m. start for our final game. Davis, not sure about her eligibility or whatnot. Started at Barton College, but we'll see where she lands if she's not coming back to Guilford now with 14 points. Be a nice asset for somebody if she wants to continue. It's a 2-3 zone for the Titans. Inside a minute to go. Pickett content to run some clock. Save that energy for tomorrow. Sandifer is fouled. Are they going to give her the continuation? If they do, it'll be free throws. If not, it's just an inbound here. So Lewin will inbound to Bodenheimer, and the set shot, no. Rebound to Thompson. So the Titans will wrap up at 4-18 this season. Davis with a team-high 14 points. Jones leads everybody for Bryant and Stratton with 15. Then Lewin had 14 points today. And that'll do it. Bryant and Stratton going to win today, 72-41 over Guilford Tech. So the Bobcats go to 25-4. Their second seed and 19th ranked in the country, moving on to the Region 10 semifinals, taking care of their business today, winning by 31. That'll do it for us here at Cape Fear for now, but come on back at 4 o'clock for our final quarterfinal game. Again, it's the 3-seed Cleveland and 6-seed Fayetteville Tech, and we'll have that for you in about 20 minutes. Once again, your final score, Bryant and Stratton 72, Guilford Tech 41. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll be back with you here shortly. Don't go too far.